they picked a perfectly good place to put him on yet. Alright, one is Bergen Bianca over the other two. Now that's the Reed Donner Party. Got bad news for you guys. It's called Then and Now, the heritage they left us. Oh, there's two families facing different directions. Israel Barlow. He bought the land. Anson Call was present when the prophet Joseph Smith uttered the Rocky Mountain prophecy, which meant we're heading west. And this is a monument for African Americans who also traveled west with the Mormons. They said, screw the US, we're heading west. Jane Elizabeth Manning, Green Flake, Hark Wales, and Oscar Smith. All of them were slaves and said, we're taking off, we're heading west. Okay, Jane was not a slave. Green Flake was. And Hark Wales and Oscar Smith were also. African Americans made a big percentage of pioneers traveling out west too. Orson Pratt replicated also. This is the inside of Orson Pratt's house. He didn't have a bed. Oh, he's the one that did all the numbering for the city. Okay, what is a chain and a rod and a fathom? I know what an acre is. Acre is about, oh man. And a furlong. 40 rods is a, God, no wonder the street system is so screwed up. Pine Valley Chapel, also a replica. And the original is still standing in St. George. I bet this is a schoolhouse. Relief Society Hall. It's not a schoolhouse. For women. Oh. Had a nice playground equipment 100 years ago. Hi. Hi. Blacksmith shop. Ooh. Hand cart adventure. Build your own log cabin. And the original cabins had one bed, one chimney, and that was their sink. That's a grave marker. Oh, look, they already started numbering their cities weird.
Here on our right, you will begin to see our Deseret News print shop, where you can go inside and see a live demonstration of how they made newspapers back in the day. Now, coming up next here on the right side, you'll begin to see our irrigation station, which is, sadly to say, not working properly, but if you do want to get a little bit wet, or maybe at least your feet, that's the place to do it. Also, just so you know, coming up here on our left side, this is the beginning of what I like to call our food junction stop, and it is listed on the maps as the Huntsman Hotel train stop. Is that ZCMI is the first department store that was made here in Utah, and on top of that, this one in particular is one of the 4 original buildings, and this one was built out there in Manti. So when they tore this building down brick by brick, they reassembled it in that exact same order because they numbered each one of those bricks right back here on our right. So when you look at it, you can say it's a life-size version of Legos if you want. And these 4 we walk in here, these are our traveling heritage singers, where they go around to several different areas, and they will sing old country folk songs. So if you happen to be in the area wherever they are, do kind of sit around and wait to hear an old classic tune. Sign that is outside there, because there's a sign that says Wired Love that talks about how at the time with the telegraph office, people were actually having weddings over a telegraph line. So if you happen to remember your wedding vows, or you can imagine somebody else's, it'll just come across as beep 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 beep. Kind of interesting, but not very romantic. Now, coming up next here on the right, I should say tools used, and then here's some interesting stories. Coming up next here on our right is the mini train ride. This is an all-age ride. This is not just for little kids. This is where mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa can come and enjoy the fun of riding around on this little pond here. Now, when you look in the distance down there, you'll see everybody's kind of bent down or kneeling over and enjoying the shade. That's where we have our Penny for Gold experience, where you can try and strike it rich. Also, you'll see over there in the distance, and on our right side, is the Good Ship Brooklyn. This is a 1/6 scale model, folks, of the original Good Ship Brooklyn that ferried many pioneers that were leaving Europe to come here to the U.S. And some of these pioneers decided that they would extend their stay, sail around South America, and part of it into Hawaii, because maybe at that time the sailors had another business arrangement over there by Hawaii. But then once they arrived over there on the west coast, over by basically California, they had been on the Good Ship Brooklyn for nearly 11 months. Kind of a long trip, if you ask me. That way, because you can't see it very, very well, but maybe once we get moving, you'll see in the distance over there one of those mountains are. You see that?
Five tribes: Shoshone, Goshute, Ute, Paiute, and Navajo.
In case you were unaware, your backpack is open.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. Does that make it easier to read?
A female Hogan and a male Hogan. There's a female Hogan. No, that's a male Hogan. This is a female Hogan. That's based on how they're designed, not who lives in them. Okay. The medicine wheel. Yellow is east, red is south, black is west, white is north. And the teepee. God, it's huge. Lakota, first teepees made from skins animals. A very modern teepee. And the word teepee comes from Lakota, meaning live in it. The actual Brooklyn ship. Okay. And way in the distance is the state capitol.
Oh my goodness. The engine's really hot. It's a bear. It's a volume. Make it louder. Let's go now.
place. We have squirrels and deer
Wow.
and birds, and yeah, this is one of the most peaceful places
Wow.
in the park.
The Journey's End statue, and there's a deer right behind. There's the deer. There he goes. Okay, these guys are praying, and over here she's saying, "I'm not doing that." Why is she over here? This is how many hand carts headed west, and how many died. 135 died one year. 250 total deaths. My ox Tom. That's Tom the ox. And there's the hand cart. This poor little kid's way behind. I wonder why they use the hand carts instead of a cover. Or they didn't have any horses. Alright, they have a covered wagon, and it looks like they threw everything out because it was too heavy. Okay, there's a mom, a dad, probably a brother or something, and 3 kids. 1, 2, 3. Answering the call from Hanks. I'll take a shot. Alright, now I gotta find out where the Sweetwater River really is, because it looks, the way they talk about it, pretty big. And this is one of the original, this here is a place monument. But Brigham Young said that somewhere else, somewhere in the mountains. In reality, he really didn't say this here is the place. He was sick as a dog with dysentery, and he probably said, "This is the place where I'm going to throw up and soil myself both at the same time." I need to go to that house. They have their own version of Stonehenge. Oops. See if anybody's home. And there's a 19th century mill with a 19th century snorkel. I thought they were newer. Here are replica handcarts. And they are all locked up so nobody steals them. I wonder if they have handcart races. Oh! These are the kids who died on the journey from the Plains to Salt Lake Valley. Wow. Oh, and their ages. Those are their ages. Okay, infant. Look at this, 1849. 1, 2, 3, 4 infant, two 2-year-olds, and a 4-year-old. Man. God, look at all those. This is interesting. Most of them are infants. So they're pointing to Eliza and Mary Frances Smith at 2 and 10, and they're about 2 and 10 there. So this boy is looking at this girl over here, and unfortunately I don't think they made it all the way. I think that's the idea here. They never got the hookup. Tyler Feffeth. And the one reason I'm glad I didn't live in pioneer days, the outhouse. Arabic Morse code. Chinese Morse code. American Continental and International Morse code. Oh, the boot shop is air conditioned. Got my boots. Ouch. Pottery shop, cabinet shop. Yeah, all these are replicas. Most of them. Good Godby Pits drugstore. Oh, great! I'm gonna go up to there. Once believed to bring 7 years of blissful marriage, Yarrow. Wild ibuprofen. 50 times sweeter than sugar. Licorice root. Is that a real deer? I don't think so. It is. Hi. It's a real deer. Don't run. Ottinger Hall and Firehouse. Hey. Come here. Hi. No, don't go. Don't go. Don't go. I thought it was a statue at first. Look at those big ears. Barber shop. Also replicas. Fairbanks. This one is original. Reloaded Kitty in 1981. Oh. Oh my god. Those must be the fair. Don't get up. Don't get up. Don't go. Don't go. Don't go. Don't. Okay, here's where the deer's going once I catch him. Yep, stairs are closed. Pretty big house. Brigham's Donuts. There's no donuts today. That's close. Great Salt Lake Social Hair, also a social hall, also a replica. Oh, look at those trees. Jukes Draper home also relocated. This is an original house. Lodging meals. This is a hotel. This is Andres Halfway House and Farm, also original. Incredible, in the 1800s they had music in the streets. Here, oh, it smells like horses. The National Pony Express Monument. There's the Pony Express Monument. Made by Avard Fairbanks. And these horses, trail rides, are $75 for a half hour. Yeah, I got bad news for you horses. I'm not going to ride you for that much. How many are there? This is the Mormon Battalion. What does the Mormon Battalion do? Let's see what they do. The Mormon Battalion fought in the Mexican War. Yes. Alright. And they did the bat. Oh, look at his feet. Shoes are gone. That's her. And a little bit earlier, I saw a teepee, and right between that tree are some Indians on horses.